Hi everybody, this is Mr. Kaiju here, and today I'm going to talk about some new Godzilla 2014 information. This time it's about the items and Godzilla 2014 toys to expect in the upcoming Toy Fair, which is coming on the 16th of February, so very close, very close. And, hopefully they reveal some of the mutant creatures and all this nice, awesome stuff. And that is correct. They're going to show us some mutant creatures, but I'll get into that later in the video. So, yeah, this is new information. This is actually, I guess, a leak. So, some pretty major spoilers. So, if you already have all your money, ready in your hand for to, pay and go to the Toy Fair and you want to be spoiled on what to expect there, if you even care about the Godzilla 2014 section, then go ahead and not watch this video. I do not recommend this video because, it will most likely give out pretty major spoilers. So, let's read. So yeah, this article is from Godzilla Movie News. I'll put this article as a link in the description below where you can check it out yourself and also, read yourself as well. So it's called right here, New Details on Bandai's Godzilla 2014 Movie Toy Line Revealed at Toy Fair. So let me read. So it begins with Nuremberg Toy Fair just getting started and New York Toy Fair only 2 weeks away. News sources across the net are starting to post up articles from the expo and spilling the beans about what's being featured for those of us who cannot attend. I'm one of them. I cannot attend it. One such source, Idle Hands, has posted up a fairly descriptive piece about a few of Bandai's upcoming Godzilla 2014 figures seen at Toy Fair this morning. The article's main points have been relayed below. Have a look. So it looks like this is from Nuremberg Toy Fair. Nuremberg. I've never heard of that place. It kind of sounds like from Germany. I know there's this place called Luxembourg. If you don't know what Luxembourg is, then Google it. Luxembourg is around Europe. It's a European place, so maybe Nuremberg is in Germany or, close to Luxembourg, but I think it's in, around Europe, so, around those places. So it looks like, Nuremberg Toy Fair is, getting started already. So yeah, let's read these, is it, I believe, 6? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 main plots. Not plot points, main points about, what the Godzilla figures will look like and some information about the mutant creature itself. So let's read the first point. 3 items were on display but seemed still in prototype stages, as most were gray in color. The 3 items were Godzilla Chibis, Godzilla Destruction Pack with the winged Muto monster, includes 1 figure, 1 destructible building, and 1 military aircraft, and the Godzilla Deluxe Attack and Roar figure with collector level detailing. This large-scale figure brings Godzilla to life as he blasts his powerful atomic breath and lets out his iconic trademark roar. Now, as we can read from the third one, it says powerful atomic breath. So he's going to have the atomic breath. It's not going to be like Zilla 1998 where he just shoots this fire. If he even breathed it, because there's some speculation that it was just a truck that just exploded and seemed like a fire breath, since it was literally fire breath. So yeah, this is going to be a powerful atomic breath, and it's going to let out his iconic trademark roar. That means the roar is going to be very similar to the, original Godzilla roar. So, it could probably be that the roar that we heard in the teaser trailer is going to be the official one. So, yeah, next point. Wait, is this the next point? Yeah. Thorsten. First of all, Thorsten. What is Thorsten? Is Thorsten a place? Is Thorsten the exact city? It's in Nuremberg or something? Is Thorsten a person? What is Thorsten? If you know what Thorsten is, just tell me in the comments below. So Thorsten was not impressed. He initially described the destruction pack as having, quote unquote, a little fat dino, but it looks like there's a Mothra in the movie too. Actually, his initial statement was, quote unquote, terrible. He used the phrase, quote unquote, cheap plastic many times. Okay, I guess it's a negative point, but in this negative point, this is what it says right here. But it looks like there's a Mothra in the movie too. That means this quote-unquote Mothra is probably most likely the flying or winged Muto. So that means this tells us that the winged Muto creature or monster, whatever you want to refer it, is similar to Mothra, which is pretty cool because, you know, it will resemble a Toho monster, but it's not exactly a Toho monster, so that's pretty cool. And the third plot point, not plot points, just points, viewed were some bridges, skyscrapers, and houses with parts to destroy. So that's pretty cool. So it's like Godzilla and the Muto creature gonna, destroy a bunch in the city. And next points, the quote-unquote winged Muto monster is described as having 2 legs and wings. Looks a bit like a moth. The head in particular was somewhere between a moth and a fly in appearance. The creature had claws like the classic Godzilla monster, Gigan, quote-unquote, meaning hooks. That gives out a bunch of information. First of all, it tells us that the winged Muto is at least winged. Of course, we know that. And also, winged Muto is going to have 2 legs and 2 wings. So that means it's going to be kind of similar to Mothra, I guess. I'm not exactly sure they're, referring as 2 wings on each side, or literally just 2 wings, just like that, like a bat. So I'm not exactly sure, but it's going to have 2 legs. It's going to have some hooks, just like Gigan. So it's going to look pretty awesome. And next statement, or next points, again refers Thorsten, yeah, and which I don't know what it is, so, yeah, but anyways, Thorsten could not give much more details. The monster pieces were very small, in the 3 to 3.5 inch range. So yeah, and next one, compared to the small size, I suppose the deluxe attack and the Roar Godzilla would come off as large scale. We were told this figure is 7 inches tops, but definitely no bigger. The Deluxe Godzilla action, oh yeah, this is the next one. I forgot to refer that. The Deluxe Godzilla action feature is blue flame effect that pops out of his mouth and lights up. The figure also roars. I asked if it made the classic sound to see if they just had a placeholder sound effect in the toy, and was told this was a new roar. As we were also not allowed any recording devices, we can't even play that for you. Wouldn't you like to be inside of Thorsten's head right now? They couldn't bring recording devices. They couldn't. Wow. They couldn't, get any pictures. Not even a recording device. Come on, seriously? This is like too secrecy. Come on, really? Okay, so anyways, let me finish this article here. So even though some of these figures seem to still be in the prototype phase, it does lead some clarity to what the new Muto monsters are going to look like. The descriptions also, once again, come from Godzilla's signature blue atomic breath. Unfortunately, as the article stated, no photos or recordings were allowed. So we'll just have to wait for more description to hit the net until the big reveals next month, when the embargo for Godzilla Toys merchandise is said to be lifted. And then special thanks to Kaiju Fan 2014 and the Godzilla forums for linking this news for us. So overall, gonna be pretty awesome from what we read here. Overall, the Muto monsters are gonna be pretty nice. They're gonna be pretty epic, especially the flying Muto, because from what we know, the flying Muto, thanks to these, or the winged Muto, thanks to this description, we know these are the basics. Now the winged Muto is, of course, it's gonna be winged. It's gonna be flying, of course. The winged Muto is gonna have hooks like Gigan. It's gonna have 2 wings. The head is gonna resemble kind of a fly and a moth. So maybe a combination with maybe Mothra and Megaguirus. And if you combine that with the 2 wings and the hooks, then it's gonna look like a pretty grotesque monster. It's not gonna look like Mothra. It's gonna look like a pretty nasty monster. A monster you do not want to face. What else does it say here? It says something else, but let me just... okay, 2... Oh yeah, it's gonna have 2 legs as well. And yeah, so yeah, that means... So yeah, those are the basics that we know about the winged Muto. Pretty cool. We got some more information about the winged Muto. Pretty nice, because we didn't even know anything about that. The only thing we knew is that it was gonna be like a queen version, I guess you can say, and that it was gonna be flying, it was gonna have wings. That's literally all we know. But thanks to this, we know how the face is gonna look like, the face structure, the whole entire body itself, the wings we know about. What else? The whole entire just appearance of it. Yeah, we know the whole entire appearance of it so far. We don't know the origins, but I don't think we want to go that deep because, we want to find new Godzilla 314 information. But we don't want to, like, find too much of it that we can be spoiled. So, we have a limit. Or, at least I have a limit. So, I'm not sure if you also have a limit of, how much Godzilla 314 information you want to find. But, yeah, overall, the description is going to be pretty cool. And from what we read here, Godzilla is going to have his original roar. Like, what I mean by original is he's going to have his iconic roar from the past. It's not going to be a new, well, it's going to be, of course, new, but it's going to be very similar to the original Godzilla roar, which is going to be pretty nice. Maybe the one from the teaser trailer could just be, just be in there. Maybe they can just modify the roar for it to sound more similar to the original one, probably, or maybe they can just leave it at that. And also, we also know that he's gonna have atomic breath, even though it's not even atomic breath, because it's not even breath. More like he's gonna have his blue beam. Thank you. He's gonna have his blue beam, and we know it's gonna be blue. Thank you so much. What happened on Zilla 1998? He did not, shoot a blue beam. What did he do? He just, like shoot this fire or whatever it is. Some people even think that it was just a truck that exploded and seemed like Zilla, breathed the fire. So, thankfully, on this film, we're going to see his atomic breath in the big screen. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be pretty awesome. It didn't say anything about his spikes glowing, before he was actually going to shoot his atomic breath or atomic beam. So, I'm not sure about that, but at least we know that he's going to have its iconic atomic breath, and that's going to be blue. So, it's going to be all pretty nice, all awesome. And what else do we know about here? Just, the Godzilla chibis and all this stuff, and the detail. And, yeah, overall, I can't wait for the Toy Fair. I'm not going to be in the Toy Fair, so hopefully on the 16th, which I think Toy Fair is on the 16th, which is tomorrow, I believe it is. There's going to be hopefully, there's going to be maybe some leaked pictures, maybe some leaked audio about it, maybe some leaked pictures about the winged Muto, and which probably not, because that's a little bit too overboard. But maybe probably about, Godzilla design. I want to see Godzilla design as toy form, like literally. So yeah, but overall, I can't wait to the Toy Fair. So far, it sounds awesome. Like, there's a bunch of people who hate the Muto creatures. They wish there was another monster who was like more of a bipedal monster or something. But, I mean, I will also agree with that too. But I won't agree with, the Muto monster being a pretty bad monster. From what we read here in the description, they seem like an awesome monster. I mean, it won't be, I know it's not, like, overly creative. Some people just say it in their head simply, but from what we hear, from all the detail and, all this nice stuff about the winged Muto creatures, they sound awesome, and I can't wait to see them with their glorious CGI fighting the new modified Godzilla, the new American Godzilla in San Francisco. So, it's going to be pretty cool just thinking about it. But anyways, that's it for this video. Subscribe, like, and comment. Are you excited for this new Toy Fair? Do you think there's going to be some new picture revealing Godzilla, the winged Muto, some new toys and all this stuff? Just tell me in the comments below. So yeah, overall, I can't wait for Muto. I can't wait until they show some Muto action, Muto pictures, and hopefully we might even get a trailer soon because of this Toy Fair. So, and hopefully Warner Brothers and Legendary aren't as strict, and once there's an image, in 1 minute they just take it down. Hopefully that's not the case, and that this maybe if they have to take it down, maybe just let it for. I know this is gonna be kind of I guess a big favor for Legendary Warner Brothers, but let it be for maybe about 2 days or 1 day. Please, Warner Brothers and Legendary, please. I mean, most likely it's not gonna be 1 day, but the least maybe about like 5 hours, but you know, hopefully there's some new leaked images. But anyways, and for this video, as I said, subscribe, like, and comment. This is Kaiju, signing out.